We now can start the deployment of the system. I'm going to deploy first the REST API entrance project. Thanks to Kubernetes, I'm going to deploy 3 instances of my .NET Core API Docker image, create and wait for my load balancer to be ready, retrieve the load balancer IP, check that I can access my test page behind my load balancer, and finally store the IP locally in a JSON file for future usage. My automated deployment used PowerShell script plus some Kubernetes YAML template file and the utility kubectl. While this is running, I'm going to show you the Kubernetes YAML file generated and executed. This file is a Kubernetes YAML file of kind deployment, which will deploy 3 instances of my .NET Core project version 1.050 that we built and pushed as the Docker container into my Azure Container Registry earlier. You can see the container image reference on line 15. To deploy the load balancer, we are going to execute this YAML file of kind service, configure as a load balancer. This load balancer will redirect to one of my 3 instances of my .NET Core REST API entrance version 1.050. I am not using Helm, but a simple template engine I wrote in PowerShell. Let's see what's going on with my deployment. The 3 REST API container instances are creating and running in less than 1 minute. But the creation of the load balancer, which in the end is an Azure load balancer created by my Azure Kubernetes cluster, takes about 4 minutes. My PowerShell script checked every 10 seconds using kubectl if my load balancer has an external public IP. My load balancer has now an external IP, but I noticed that after that we must wait 30 seconds before the load balancer is really ready. While we are waiting, let's go back to my web dashboard. And if I scroll down to the info section, I can see that my dashboard has been notified that 3 instances of the REST API project started. My load balancer is finally ready, and I can manually test it by copying and pasting this URL in my browser. And here I'm getting basic process information via my load balancer from one of the 3 REST API instances deploy. We deploy the REST API.